Hello, it's Kathy from Harriet's Papery, and I thought today I would show you this new Forget-Me-Not journal. It's a prayer journal that I have made, and it will be posted up later today in my Etsy shop if you're interested in it. But I want to start out showing you the binding I made. It's an open spine, and I used lace and muslin to create that, and made the cover just with some heavyweight, it's not really a cardstock, I think it's called tagboard, and then covered it with these pretty papers. I made this muslin flower rose to go on the front. Alright, so we have some pockets here. Right here's a pocket, I guess just one pocket on this, with this tag. And I made this little, inspired by those document books that everybody's making. I decided to make this little, I call it like a little matchbook, because that's what it reminds me of, with some extra pages to journal on or to just use to decorate in your journal. It's got a bunch of different pages here, useful for a lot of different things. And you can just tuck that under like that, to stick it right in there. You can move it around wherever you want. I really love this little advertisement for Coco, little girls in their pretty dresses fishing, and it's a Coco ad, which I find just kind of funny. And we have this little pocket here, and let's see, get this and we'll show you all the pockets. There's a pocket there, and yep, right there in the top it opens up. Look at that. And I just love this little image here. It's just so cute. So there should be lots of space for your journaling in here, and you know, pages like to write down your thoughts or to do Bible journaling. And we have this here is a little, just a fold out spot where you could journal. You could even journal on this side. I made this with a book page. You may be able to see the book print through there, I'm not sure. It's just tucked in here, and it's kind of heavy. It's several layers put together, so you could use it to tuck some things inside of if you wanted. There's a little spot to tuck things into. Here's another little image that I just love, of this beautiful vintage lady sitting there with roses in her lap. All the music paper in here, I think, came from some old, starting to fall apart, oh, what do they call those books? We don't use them in our church, but, you know, those books with all the songs in them. So there's pages here that you could decorate up. You could write down all your answered prayers on this page, and hopefully you have too many to put on this page. This book has 2 signatures in it. I just love, I can't open this all the way up, but I love this image. It's from, yeah, the Graphics Fairy, as is this one. Although I think there are some other people who have used this image to make printables to sell, and they're both available on the Graphics Fairy premium site. And this one's from the Tattered Papers, the first Tattered Papers set that they did recently. We have this journaling card just tucked right in here, and there's a little rose print on this page. You could write on the back of this. I sewed this on. I made the ruffle and then I sewed it on using this decorative stitch, which I think is really nice. Here's the other side of that music paper. And I put this in here as a little reminder that God always keeps his promises. And it might not be in our time, but he always keeps them. And your prayers are never, they never go void. God answers them, but as I said, always in his own time, which is not always ours. And we have this little mini journal that I made. I used some watercolor paper I picked up, of all places, at the thrift store the other day. Or, you know, it's been a few weeks actually, but. So I made this little book that you could journal in, and just used a lot of pretty flower images in it. I really wanted to leave room for it to be a place where you could do some writing too. And look at that, they match. I wanted also for it to kind of go with this journal, so I made sure we used some of the same papers. I love these little birds, so cute. I'm going to have to make another bird journal one day because I just love them, but I love these Shabby Chic rose journals too. Be joyful. It's allergy season here, so excuse my voice if it's rough and scratchy. Always be joyful because the Lord fills us with joy. I really love this little bit of lace I used on this one. I think this is the first time I've used it. It's so pretty. I don't want to use it on just anything. Here's a book page that you can decorate. You could lay down some plain paper or lined paper on there to write on. And you have another little matchbook here. It's pretty similar to the first one. You know, pages to decorate or just to write on the back of them. And this is a little bit of tracing paper. Tea paper, music paper. And I have this little envelope here. And it's got little bits of ephemera in it. And I actually bought a big box of these envelopes at the thrift store. And they're just like perfect for these journals because they're just little. They're not too big. I'm really enjoying using them. There's a little journaling card. You can write all over the back of that. I covered it with tea stained paper. And this is, I pinned these two pages together. So you could journal here and decorate this. A journal card here. There's some of this beautiful texture paste on a piece of music paper tucked in there. Now this is a little seed packet with some little bits of paper on it, and I saw I believe it was Heather from Rose Hill Paper Cottage made some of these a while back. I got my seed packets from the Graphics Fairy on their premium site. I'm not sure. I don't think they have any on their free site, but I'm not positive. So you might take a look if you don't have any sets with seed packets in them. I know, pretty sure it's Chapter 1 Papers has a whole bunch if you look at their Etsy page or their site, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, there's a little pocket in there, and you can journal back here and sort of hide it over here. There's a little piece of music paper that you could use for something. And this was, a while back, Chapter 1 Papers posted this little pouch that they made. And I think it's just sheer genius. It's basically just some origami folding. But I believe they posted a video on how to do it. I figured it out the hard way, but by just looking at their pictures. But I really loved it. So I made one and tucked it in here. And here's another little pocket with some different things, some ephemera and a little journal card. But I pinned it in here, but it's got a little pocket here and another one here. And that's a pretty good sized pocket. You could tuck some serious stuff in there. And then it's got another pocket with more stuff here. And you could hide some stuff back in there if you wanted just sort of a little hiding spot. And give thanks. There's so much for us to be thankful for, even when we're in the valley, in the low spots in life. We have so much to give thanks for. And here we have Miss Lily Elsie again. I just love her. She is just so beautiful. And these pictures come out so nice when you print them on, it's Epson premium paper. I wish I had at close hand these pictures printed out on just regular copy paper are not the same. They're so beautiful when you have good paper to print them on. Here we have a little fold to tuck some things in. I tucked in a piece of book page for you guys to play with, and a journal card. And this little word down here, forgiven. When we accept Jesus as our Savior, we are forgiven. Isn't that amazing? And faithful. God is always faithful. There's another piece of ruffle that I use that pretty stitch on. And right here in the little back cover, we have a lace pocket. And we just have a piece of paper here that you can journal on or use for decorating, making tags or something. Whatever you want to do with it. Because whoever buys this, it's theirs to do with whatever they think, whatever they want to do. And here's the back cover with some more flowers. So there we have it, the Forget-Me-Not journal. I hope that you guys are having a blessed, amazing day. Bye.